Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of I Watched, where I sit down and watch a couple of films and maybe a couple of TV shows, and then I come back and give you my honest opinion and review on it. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 40-year-old version, not Virgin, the 40-year-old version. Again, not to be confused with the 40-year-old virgin. This film is based around the main character called Radha, who's trying to figure out what the 40-year-old version of herself is going to look like, as she is going to turn 40 in a couple of months. Radha finds joy in teaching teenagers in an after-school program that she does, and she also finds it by spending time with her best friend, who's also her manager/agent, called Archie. However, now that she's about to turn 40, she finds herself unhappy when she looks back at her life and looks at where she is, because she thought that by now she'll be a successful playwright and that she would have all the things that she envisioned for herself, but she doesn't have that. So Radha decides it's time for a change in her life, and she tries to start a rap career. She meets a young producer called D, and together they try to figure out her next steps and where she can go from there. Not just in rapping, but in life. Yeah. This film was written, directed, starred and produced by Radha Blank. It's also got Lena Waithe in it as a producer as well. If you don't know who Lena Waithe is, then I suggest you go into Google, because she is amazing. And once you know who she is, your life will be changed forever. The talent it takes to write, direct, produce, and star in your own film is phenomenal. It's crazy. It's very rare that someone can put on all those hats and do all those things. It's like you hear Ben Affleck writes and directs, but you don't really hear about other people doing it. So for Radha to come out and be like, you know what? I've not only written this, I'm producing it, I'm directing it, and I'm starring in it. I've got all the hats on. You need to take your hat off to her and give her some credit, because that is fantastic and amazing and jaw-dropping. I struggle to do these videos, and she does it all. The woman is amazing. And my new hero. I said it, she's my new hero. I also love, I've said this before, but I also really love representation in films. This film is a big cap for representation. It's dominantly a cast of Black people and people of color. It's 2020. I don't understand why I'm still in a position where I'm struggling to see representation of me on the screen, but this film has it. The lead is a Black woman who is funny, a comedian, a writer, a rapper. She does it all. You don't see that on TV at all. You can see it with most other people, but you generally don't see it for Black women. So that right there is automatically a plus, and it's automatically shot this film up in my estimations. The film is really funny. It's more funny than, like, you know, it's going to be funny when you watch the trailer. You kind of expect that there's going to be a laugh, but when you watch it, it's even more funny than you thought it was going to be. And it's not cheap laughter either. It's not cheap shop laughter. It's quick-witted. It's just nice and easy comedy that you can laugh and get along with, but at the same time it doesn't take away from the issues that this film presents and the seriousness of things that Radha has to deal with in her everyday life. The fact that she can find a way to make some of those issues funny is great, but you realize it's a coping mechanism at the same time, and that's something that I feel like a majority of us do. Well, I know sometimes I try to make a joke out of things that bother me. If I don't, then I go straight to screaming. But the way Radha does it, she does it so well. It's hard to find a film that pulls off what Radha pulls off in this film. Very hard to find that. And I know I say that with most of, well, I'm pretty sure I said that in every review I've done so far, that it's hard to pull this off, but I've said this already. You don't find a Black woman that does all these things, put on all these hats and come out with a film and have it done so well, because we have society already telling us it's not mainstream enough. You don't see it because it doesn't happen. Nobody wants to see it. It can't be done. Well, it's been done. It's just been done. There's no excuse now. Radha's just proving everyone wrong. This film deals with, like I already said this, an array of issues, from lacking confidence in yourself, from being stereotyped, from having your work that you work so hard being stripped down or told it's not good enough, and you have to kind of compromise it if you want to compromise it to be successful. Self-identity, you don't know who you are anymore. Being single, it's a lot. You deal with a lot. It's grieving, how it's about dealing with issues straight on. Sometimes you look into the past and you want to leave things in the past. I think someone said on a show that I was watching, how can you move on if you're always stuck in the past? I don't know if I'm going off topic here, but I just wanted to put this out. You can. Sometimes you can't move on from being always stuck in the past, but that's not what moving on means. If you've got a wound and it needs to heal, you need to address it. You need to address that wound so it can heal. You need to look back and address it. Otherwise, you're going to still be making the same mistakes over and over again. And then you're not stuck in the past. You are stuck in the past. You're reliving the past over and over again because you're not allowing yourself to heal and move on. And that's kind of what this film, we're back. That's kind of what this film is about as well. She's stuck in the past of what she thought she could have been successful at back in the past and where she should be now. If that makes sense. I don't know if I make sense sometimes. Sometimes I just waffle. Yeah. The question it also really asks is, what do you deem a success? What do you deem successful? Is it money, cars, holidays every month? Like, what do you call a success? Is that materialistic side of things really successful, or is it kind of rooted in self? Is pride in your work successful? Getting that script done, getting time to spend with your family and having those family time together successful? Is it being able to go out and spend time with friends, having friends? You know, what do you find successful is also a good question, and it has a really good way. Well, for me, it made me look at myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, and question myself a bit, like, what do I find successful? What do I want? Or maybe I shouldn't push myself so hard, because I'm my biggest critique. I am out there, along with paranoia. That's also a big critique of mine. It's always there behind me going, are you sure? Pros and cons of this film. Pros. I think I've said mostly pros. It's funny, it's witty, it's really, really good for everyone. I think it's universal for everyone to watch. I think everyone can watch it. I would recommend it to my mom, my family, my friends. I am going to recommend it to them, and then I'm going to quiz them on it. But I would recommend it to them. I'd recommend it to everyone to watch. That's another thing I really like about this film. I have extreme anxiety and depression, so I like to watch things that will get me out of my head. This film will get me out of my head for sure. It will help. It helped when I was watching it. It helped me feel calm and grounded and take my mind off myself being so serious. It made me question the way I think, but not in a negative way. It did help put me in a bit of a positive situation. So I know for a fact that if I'm ever feeling down again, or when I feel down again, I can put this film on and it will take me out of my mind. Plus, like I said, representation. cannot sing. I might edit that out. The only con I can think of, and it's not even really a con to be honest, is I can't watch this with any family member at all. I am not sitting down with my mom in the same room and watching this film. I'm recommending her to watch this film because I know she will love it. I know my family members will love it. Like I said, representation. But I will not be sitting in a room watching with them. There is way too much stuff going down in that film for me to be sitting with my mother and watching it. And she will, I know already, she will turn around and be like, so you're just going to be single like Radha? And I haven't got time for that. But I cannot watch this with any family member at all. Nope. Nope. Watch the film and you'll know why. Again, I'd like to point out, do not watch this film with any children in the room. It's not for their ears or eyes. So everyone, that's my review on the 40-year-old version, directed by, starring, written and produced by Radha Blank, and it's currently out now on Netflix. So definitely go and give that a watch. And again, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so I very much doubt I'm going to be able to get to a cinema to watch anything that's out. But Netflix is fine for now. What's wrong with Netflix? Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. What am I doing? Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm thinking I might do a Sims video. The world needs to see my Sims. I generally believe the world needs to see my Sims. Or maybe I just want to show them off. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.